Welcome to Bondi Beach and welcome to Bondi Harvest Summer Cooking, where we cook super tasty, super healthy food right here from my backyard all summer long. We just made a toasted summer granola and next we're cooking up some smoky tacos with a killer grilled pineapple salsa. But now we're heading off Flat Rock for a swim. This is where we go diving. This is my supermarket. It's packed with gorgeous seafood. We have abalone, lobster, kingfish, bonito, snapper, you name it. It's all in here. The ocean here is so clean and beautiful. I can't wait to get in there. Let's get going. Yoo. I'm heading down to North Bondi Boat Shed to meet up with Paco, a local diving legend. Paco's been diving these waters for decades. I reckon no one else knows this shoreline quite like him.
You see lots of fish around here. The main ones that we're trying to target are probably yellowtail kingfish and bonito, just ones that I like to eat. A lot of the rockfish I tend not to bother with. Often I'll go diving and not catch anything unless it's something that I'm hoping to take home and put on the table. I predominantly go spearfishing. You can only take abalone on weekends, so on weekends we just jump in and just hand collect abalone. You're allowed 2 per person. When lobsters are in, we target those. You're allowed 2 lobsters per person as well. Oh, well, certainly with the increasing population, yeah, you've got to put a lot of thought into being sustainable and trying to use what you catch. So yeah, we're trying to, when we get a large fish, we try and use all of it, make soup out of the bones and try and enjoy the whole thing.
Today we're taking Paco's tinny around the corner from Flat Rock to see what we can find. Most people don't realise what's swimming off the beach. There's everything from Australian salmon, kingfish, bonito, and even lobsters, if you know where to look. And yes, of course, we have a casual shark or two, but they generally leave us alone. The water visibility varies in Bondi, but on a good day, you can see up to 20 metres. Paco spears a good-sized kingy, and then on the way back, he shows us a secret lobby hole to see if we can find a local Bondi lobster. There we go.
Nice one.
That's a shot, that's a lobby. Paco's taken his catch home for dinner, but it's got me thinking. All this diving's inspired me to put together the perfect seafood barbecue. Okay, so the first step to any good barbecue, no matter where you are, is to get the barbecue hot. Preheat your barbecue, get it firing, get those grills ready to go. We've got some crab, we've got some slimy mackerel, we've got some scallops, we've got some mussels, we've got some prawns. It's all going on there, but the kicker, and to really elevate it, we're gonna do a really nice harissa sauce. Harissa is a North African sort of spice sauce, and what we have is some peppers and some chilies here that we're gonna char grill. And by char grilling, it brings out caramelization, it brings out flavor, and it adds a really nice sort of depth to the sauce. You can see the fire's died down and the charcoals are bright white. This means they're super, super hot. So our first step is to char grill our peppers and chilies. So it's gonna go straight onto the barbecue. So what that's gonna do is gonna blister, it's gonna cook the flesh, that's gonna go into the mortar and pestle, and then we're gonna bash it with a whole bunch of spices. Oh, look at that. How sexy does that look? We're gonna go 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. We're gonna take them off, we're gonna give them a peel, and then because we're gonna put it in the mortar and pestle, we're just gonna chop it nice and rough. Just cutting the root end off, and then we're just gonna flatten it out, get a good bang, and what will happen is your garlic should just fall out, ready to be chopped up. So garlic chopped up, nice and rough, straight into a mortar and pestle. We're gonna add toasted caraway, toasted coriander, and toasted cumin seeds. So by toasting your seeds, what happens is it releases their flavor, it opens them up, and it'll give any sauce a lot more of that natural, oily, spicy, beautiful, delicious flavor that you want by adding spices. We're gonna go in with some lemon rind as well, so directly over the mortar and pestle. And that's almost ready to go. Okay, so our chilies are ready to come off. Our beautiful red capsicums are charred and soft and ready to come off and go into our mortar and pestle. So chilies off, I'm just gonna take the ends off. Oh my God, that smells so good. A couple of rough chops, seeds and all are gonna go in. You want the seeds, you want the spice, you want the attitude. So into the mortar and pestle. Now, for our red capsicum, we're gonna skin it. So we're just gonna wipe off all that charcoal, just removing some of that sort of charcoal skin. Doesn't have to be perfect. You do want some in there. Just the really blackened bits we're getting rid of. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna take the top off. Look at those juices, keep those juices, don't lose them. Don't lose them. They're gonna go straight in the mortar and pestle. So ready, ready. In with all that capsicum juice. That's all flavor. So we're gonna take the tail off it too. And then we're just gonna run our knife down and just get rid of the seeds. So just roughly chop your charred peppers straight through the middle, and that's going to go into the mortar and pestle too. Bit of olive oil, good hit of pepper. Use the mortar and pestle to bring it together into this beautiful, smooth, yet rustic paste. It'll probably take about 5 seconds in a food processor. Probably going to take me in a mortar and pestle about 10 minutes. So we're going to squeeze in juice of 1 lemon, and that's just going to help cut through those, you know, really dense, robust flavors of the char-grilled peppers. And it's starting to come into a paste now. It's not going to be much longer at all. Why would you want a kitchen? Seriously. Leave the food processor at home. Give me a mortar pestle on the beach any day of the week. All right, well that's ready to go. It's time to get our seafood onto the barbecue. We've got blue swimmer crabs, we've got some black mussels, we've got Queensland king prawns, some Harvey-based scallops, we've got some slimy mackerel. We have a seafood feast. Some of the best seafood in the world going on a charcoal barbecue with homemade harissa, and then it's gonna be deglazed with lemon and young coconut. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna soak our beautiful mackerel, bit of milk in there, in the fridge overnight, and that'll draw out those intense oily flavors without ruining the flesh. First off, we're gonna put our crabs on. The crab's gonna take the longest to cook, so they're gonna go straight onto the barbecue, onto the direct side of the heat. As we turn him, we'll baste him with our beautiful harissa sauce. So straight on with our mussels, in between our crab, straight on with the shell. And what we wanna do is just cook these until they pop open. And when they pop open, you know they're ready. Scallops are gonna go on, and then we're just gonna drizzle some of that harissa on top and let that cook. Gonna go on with some beautiful Queensland king prawns. So this is my little secret. It's coconut water, lemon and orange. It's into a squeezy bottle, and it's perfect for seafood. You just spray it on top, and what it does is it sort of cools it down, but it also adds like beautiful acidic notes. So you can see our mussels are opening up. They are looking absolutely delicious. Once they start to pop open, they're ready to go. Take them off. They're done. Don't overcook them. Scallops are ready as well. Ready on their little plates. Prawns are good to go. Crab is gonna come off on top. Pop on the side. Mackerel's gonna go on. Soaked in milk. Straight onto the barbecue. May as well get the rest of the seafood on. I'm telling you right now, a seafood feast cannot get any better. Salt in the air, sun setting, summertime in Bondi, fresh seafood, sustainable seafood, homemade harissa, coconut. It's like being on holidays. I don't know, I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna absolutely make a mess of this. Yew.